Hi, I'm Stephanie. This is the Yacht Club. Yacht is Y-O-T. It's yoga-based occupational therapy. So I am an occupational therapist. I work in a hospital, but I'm also a certified yoga instructor. And so I am designing these videos to be more accessible, a little safer, and I'm coming at it with a more anatomy-based approach, thinking a little bit more holistically about the body. But for you today, that means we're going to be sitting in a chair the whole practice, no standing required. Preferably a chair without armrests, but if you're in a wheelchair, you're welcome to swing those armrests back out of the way or just adapt your practice to what your body's able to do. So join me seated if you're able. Lift your back up off the back of the chair and really plant your feet into the floor. And take a deep breath. Just notice where your body is today. I'll be honest, I've been dealing with a lot of anxiety today, so I'm looking forward to breathing with you through this, and we'll kind of be coaching myself along with you. So really root down through your feet, root down through your hips. And the emphasis for today is going to be on lengthening the spine, and we're going to be finding some twists. So before we can twist anywhere, we're going to have to lengthen. So from all that grounding down through your hips and your feet, lengthen out through the top of your head. Grow your spine longer. But just pay attention to your lower rib cage here. The tendency is to want to pop forward and hinge at this little junction in your spine. So I want you to keep your ribs knit down and let the length come from the back of your head, if that makes sense. And just breathe. Maybe on each inhale you can grow a little longer. And on your exhale, use your core strength to hold that length. Notice if it makes a difference to push down more through your feet or through your legs. That stability can help you find a little bit more lengthening, a little more space. And then let's bring in the arms. So inhale, reach your arms up over your head. Stretch out as long as you can. Maybe even find a little back bend here. And then as you exhale, reach forward. Lengthen through the top of your head and fold all the way down towards your feet. Breathe here. Let your head be heavy. Then place your hands on your thighs or your shins and grow your head long. Lengthen out through that spine. So you're looking for a flat back here. Inhale and exhale, fold forward over your feet again. Inhale, press through your feet, rise all the way back up, reach high. And exhale your hands through heart center and come back to neutral. And let's try that one more time. Deep inhale, reach up. Lengthen everything, reach from your hips and reach all the way down towards your feet. Place your hands on your thighs or on your shins. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, hands to heart center. And place your hands where they're comfortable. Let's warm up your neck just a little bit. So first look side to side. We're doing cervical rotation. And you can take this really slow, just looking left to right. Maybe hold it on one side. And the other side. And just back and forth one more time. Just notice where you're feeling sensation. And bring your head back to center. Now let's find a little tilt. So let gravity bring your head down, your ear towards your shoulder. Let's hold on to your chair And place the other hand on top of your head. Don't push down. Rather, lift your head up into your hand to find a little extra length here. And just breathe. Still keep that length all the way through your core. And let's switch sides. Let your ear fall a little bit down towards your shoulder. Just let gravity do the work. And hold on to your chair. Hand comes to the side of your head. You lift your head up into your hand. And release, come back to neutral. Bring your head back over to the other side. And then draw a line with your nose. So you're looking down towards your shoulder. And then look up towards the ceiling. So we're just exploring a little movement through your neck here. Since the neck is the uppermost part of the spine, we're just beginning to explore some rotation, some twisting in the most delicate part of our spine. And come back to the center. Drop your ear towards the other side. And then really intentionally draw a line with your nose. Look down towards your shoulder. And up towards the ceiling. And just move at your own pace, down and up. Keep your breath nice and steady. And let's come back up to neutral. And maybe find some little shoulder rolls here, just kind of loosen out. So your neck makes up your cervical spine, and your vertebrae in your neck are much smaller, more delicate, and they have a lot of room for mobility there, as you can see. And the farther we move down your spine, the less mobility you have in each space between each vertebrae, because they're more load-bearing. It's more important for it to be able to carry weight. But as the kind of combined motion of all your vertebrae, each turning a little bit, we can find a nice even twist. So what we want to do is avoid really cranking into one particular part of the spine when we're twisting. Instead, finding an even twist through the whole spine. So we're going to bring the twisting down a little bit lower and bring it more to the thoracic spine, which is your chest area. So inhale, lengthen, really press through your feet. Get as tall as you can. And then reach one arm behind you to hook the back of the chair and bring your opposite hand to your knee. So you can gently press, but with each inhale, lengthen your spine and just let your body tell you how far it can go today. So no pressure to turn a certain amount. Keeping both hips grounded into the chair and both feet grounded into the floor. The emphasis here is on length and space. And just breathe easy. And gently unwind. And come to the other side. Reach to the back of your chair. Place your hand on your opposite knee. And find a twist. Keep your chest nice and broad. It's almost like you're pushing your knee away from you here. And gently unwind. And let's find some space in the side body as well. So hold on to your chair on one side or just gently place your hand on the seat and reach your arm up with your palm facing up and lean to the side. So same idea here, we're lengthening first and then finding more lengthened space as you lean out. Stay grounded through your hip. And reach through your fingertips, rise back up to neutral. And find a lean on the other side. Reach your hand up overhead, palm facing up. And lean towards the side, just a gentle side body stretch here. And as we move through these poses, really consider the oppositional force here. So we're lengthening out through the top of the head at the same time as you're grounding down through your hip. So think of that as energy moving in two opposite directions. And reach through your fingertips, come back to center. And come towards the front of your chair, so maybe scoot your hips forward just a little. And step your feet a little wider. So to get in a safe back position here, we want to tilt the pelvis a little bit forward so that your back can stay straight. What I want to avoid is this curve in your low back. So the pelvis has to tilt a little bit forward so that you can keep all that length in your spine. And begin to just press through your feet and through your hips here. Get as long as you can. This is the goddess pose. If you feel stable, you can bring your hands to prayer position at heart center. And just create a little bit of heat here. So this is isometric exercise. So you're pressing through your feet, pressing your hands together. Even though nothing is moving, it's really heavy work. And breathe. Imagine you could press so much that you're able to rise out of your chair. And let's explore a twist here too. So keeping those knees tracking towards your second or third toe, place one hand on the inside of your knee. Really lengthen through your fingertips. Bring your opposite hand to your hip. And begin to rotate your whole chest. So your entire trunk is going to rotate up towards the ceiling. And then from there, reach your top hand out towards the ceiling. So you'll notice this is a little bit lower twist. Your hand that's against your knee is sort of creating some tension there. You're pressing your knee away from you a bit. And you can let your gaze go towards the ceiling or straight ahead. And sit back up, come back to center. Find neutral again. You can bring your hands back to heart center. Really strengthen and lengthen. And then come to the other side. Bring your hand down across your knee. Now it could sit up on your thigh if that felt a little bit more stable or more comfortable. But if you're looking for a little bit bigger stretch, reach down across your knee. Opposite hand comes to your hip and really emphasize that whole trunk rotation, letting your chest open towards the ceiling. And then reach your opposite arm up towards the ceiling. So notice the similarities between the last pose that we did where you did the lateral lean. So you're finding that same space through your side body and combining it with a twist. Keep your fingers active, lots of energy here. And reach through your fingers, come back up to center. Now, step one foot a little farther out so that it's coming facing the edge of your seat. So all the way on the side edge. And then yogi's choice here, you can leave your opposite foot pointing straight forward, or if you'd like to take a little bit wider stance, you could step your feet all the way open. So establish your seat first. If you're all the way wide, just make sure that you have a lot of energy going down through the outside of your foot. Everybody press down through all sides of both of your feet. Lots of energy going down through the floor. And then rooting down through your hips so you can lengthen out through the top of your head. Let your torso rotate forwards. And then we're going to hinge out from your hips and place a hand or your elbow on your thigh. A lot of length here. And then reach your opposite hand up towards the ceiling. Also an option to go a little farther. You could reach all the way down towards the ground. So stay where your body is comfortable. Keep those legs active. And breathe. So our main cue for if a pose is right for you at whatever level you're practicing at is if your breath can stay smooth and steady throughout the pose. If your breathing becomes ragged or labored, it's too much. And take it back to the previous level and work on strengthening there. And bring your top arm back down to your hip. If we're extended all the way down, you can bring elbow back to knee and press yourself back up. If your leg was stepped wide, you can bring it back in towards the front and bring both feet towards the center. And let's find the same position on the other side. So one foot steps wide. This is the level 1 position. This is a great place to stay. If you're looking for a little bit more hip opening, you can step a little wider. So you're basically going to be straddling your seat, but you still got a lot of support through your hip and thigh. Your knee should be tracking towards your second or third toe. Both feet are pressing down into the ground, and your torso is going to rotate to stay facing forward. Hinge from your hips, elbow comes to knee. You can stay here, or you can reach down towards the ground or towards a block, and opposite arm maybe comes towards the ceiling. Legs are really active here, and you're breathing. So just notice what torso rotation feels like in this position. Notice any tension or where your body's working the hardest. And you can bring your raised arm back down to your hip, elbow back to knee, and come back to the center. And let your body neutralize. So just sit in the center, feet planted back down into the earth, and lengthen your spine. And from here, take one heel and let it draw up the front of your shin. So we're finding a little bit of external rotation in your hip. Just warming up those hips a little bit more in a new direction. And when you feel ready, you can bring your ankle all the way up towards your knee. Keep your feet active and your spine long. If you're looking for a little more intensity, you could begin to hinge forward at your hips. Reach out through the top of your head. And the sensation here should be in your outside of your hip. So if you're feeling it in your knee or any sharp pain, ease back off. And if you've hinged forward, sit back up. Cross your leg all the way over. Keep those feet active. Place your hand on the outside of your knee, and let's find another twist here. You can use the back of your chair for support or even reach all the way back behind you. Keep that length through your whole spine and let your twisting be even. And gently unwind, uncross your legs. And let's move to the other side. So heel comes to your shin, slide that heel up and down, building a little heat through your hip. Your core staying active, so you're really holding yourself up right here. And when you're ready, ankle comes all the way up to your knee. You can use your hands to assist. Keep your feet active and breathe into your hip here. So notice your foundation here through the chair. So your pelvic floor, that is the kind of hammock of muscles that's supporting you at the lower part of your abdomen. They're really important, but I want you to just take some time to really attend to that part of your body. Think about breathing so much that you could expand those muscles in your pelvic floor. And then as you exhale, they're contracting just a little. If you're looking for more intensity, you could hinge forward. And we're breathing, lengthening through the crown of the head. And sit back up nice and tall. Cross your leg all the way over. And place your hand on the outside of your knee and find a twist. Welcome to reach far behind or use your chair for support to guide your twist. Keep that length on every inhale. And gently unwind. Ground through both feet. Find neutral. And as you exhale, round from your shoulders. Let that rounding flow through your whole spine. So we're looking for a sort of a, this one's called cat pose. So imagine an angry Halloween cat with an arched back. And then inhale, this is cow pose. So you draw your shoulder blades together, find a back bend. This is with a lot of length. Exhale, round forward. And inhale, back bend. So what I want to do here is kind of neutralize the spine. We've been doing a lot of twisting and side bending. So move through cat and cow pose at your own pace. Exhaling for cat. Inhaling for cow. And we're just moving in this frontal plane here. And one more time. Exhale. And inhale. And find neutral. You can give your body whatever movement it needs here to feel even. If you need a side-to-side movement or a little wiggle. And then really plant your feet. Ground through your hips. And breathe here. Maybe let your eyes come to closed. And pay attention to what sensations are happening in your body right now. Let your attention move from your feet up your legs, to your hips, to your abdomen, your rib cage, to your hands and your arms, to your shoulders, your neck, your jaw, and your face. And consider even the space above your head. And just notice what's going on in your body now that you've moved it. And begin to draw your attention to your breath. To any sounds your breath is making, any movements your breath is causing. Try to become an observer, a noticer here. Just curious and not judgmental. Maybe let your back rest against the backrest of your chair. And as you're ready, maybe with your eyes still closed, gently hold on to the edge of your chair and pull yourself back upright. Intentionally deepen your breath here. Fill up the sides of your rib cage. And then take a really long exhale. Really press all the air out of your abdomen. And then let your belly drop to fill back up with air. Try that one more time. Exhale everything out. And then just let go to inhale. And maybe begin to blink your eyes open. Let's take one more big breath together. Reach through your fingertips. Inhale all the way up. And exhale. Palms pressed together. Hands draw down to heart center. Inhale and exhale here. Let your chin drop towards your chest. Bow your head. Namaste. Thank you for setting aside this time to attend to your body, to take care of yourself. And join me again soon. Please like this video and click the bell if you'd like to be notified when I have another video posted. And subscribe so you can see what else we have going on. Have a lovely day.